Welcome to Embrace Your Spiritual Powers with I Am. Today, I am going to present to you a special guest, Tonita Salmon, a Reiki master from Spark, who is also a client of mine. Today, she's going to present to us her story of why she sought guidance and how her life has transformed and gone to the next level. So, Tonita, can you share with the audience a little bit about yourself, your background, and what made you decide to seek guidance from Shangela and I Am?
My background that led me to coaching, I'll give you the shortened version, because what actually led me to coaching spanned a period of a number of years. And after leaving high school, I chose to follow the path that many of us were encouraged to in my community at the time, which was university and then straight into a stable career. I chose teaching, which I loved for many reasons, but it was a very demanding career. And for a long period of time, I worked on average about 65 hours a week. I had very high levels of stress in my life, and I didn't dedicate much time at all to self-care. And it felt as though I was a hamster on a wheel that I couldn't seem to get off. And I guess looking back, I see that the universe sent me many signs at the time. I had several wake-up calls in the form of health issues, but I chose to push and steam on through, which wasn't the best approach at all. And so by the time I discovered your work and teachings, I had started to explore holistic health and well-being practices because they'd had a positive impact on me, but I was also needing something to retrain my brain. And so was really drawn to the coaching with you because of the focus on molding the mind and inspiring clients to realize the true power within them. I was definitely in need of that when I first contacted you, because I was actually about to make the biggest move of my life as well, which was emigrating from the UK to Australia.
Wow, that's a fascinating story. I'm sure a lot of people in our audience can relate to that. Just feeling like you're trying to do all this external in order to fulfill you know, what's missing inside, that connection to source. And I wanted you to share with the audience, what do you feel you've gained from coaching with I Am? How do you feel that's transformed your life?
I think at the point that I met you, I've been tuning into your newsletter, your work through the newsletter, and it really spoke to me in terms of spirituality, meditation, gratitude, and all the things that I always was very much drawn to. And I was ready for transformation in my life. I was about to make the biggest decision of my life, which was a move, emigrating from Australia. And although I knew in my heart it was the right thing to do, intuitively it felt, there was a lot of fear of the unknown coming up, and I felt the need that to seek coaching, just so that I could really strengthen my own mind and self-belief, I guess, in terms of pulling that off. And that's where you came in. And yeah, it was just absolutely perfect in terms of what you taught, molding the mind, and I guess really empowering me to recognize that I did have the power to do it, despite the thought processes that were the opposite of that.
Yes, definitely. The mind that gets in the way, and the challenge to really quiet the ego and really just allow the source to speak through you and to guide you and to trust in that. Learning that is essential in the teachings from I Am. Could you share with the audience, what do you feel was one or a couple of your most challenging things that you had to overcome in order to, move from your home country in the UK all the way to Australia.
Well, I mean, I describe myself as always having had a very restless monkey mind, and although I was very driven and motivated, it got in the way a lot. And I suppose two key points. I guess first of all, moving. So I mean, I moved from England to Australia with just literally one suitcase. I didn't have a home to go to. I didn't have a job. I was very much flying into the literally flying into the unknown. And there was a very strong kind of knowing in my heart that I was heading in the right direction. But the monkey mind was just, very active at that point. And so I had to deal with, just the physical kind of relocation. And I mean, I have a very small family back in England. And that was the first time that I'd ever done anything like that in my life. And so that was the first thing, that was the first leap. And there was another leap within probably an 18-month period, which was another tricky one to navigate, which is when I gave up my career, 20-year career in teaching. So I'd always been very attached to my career. I'd always measured my self-worth on, the work that I did. And so, and in addition to that, I suppose the financial aspect as well, to wonder how I was actually going to cope, just literally resigning from a job with financial commitments and not knowing at all what I was going to. So again, in both instances, it felt like I was just walking off the side of a cliff. And I think that was where the coaching really supported me in those, I say, moments. They were very lengthy moments, but tricky ones. But looking back now, I'm so glad that I did that. Yeah.
Yes. I can recall the same thing for myself, because it is very scary in some ways to, change your life, something that you've always done, to something different and unknown. But as I continue to work with my source, and I'm sure you feel the same way, that it becomes easier. In the beginning, quiet in the monkey mind, it takes a little bit more wrangling. But as we learn to surrender, it just gets easier and easier for us to do that. Do you find that to be true for yourself?
Yes, definitely. And particularly in the last month, I would say as well, I've been really noticing that when my mind is quiet, that I will just get these incredible insights just out of nowhere, and which I know is my guidance. And just absolutely mind-blowing in terms of what comes through, and acting on that guidance. I just know, I know for sure that it is the right path for me, and that, I guess, the more that happens, it gives me more confidence in following that, and it makes me feel really just excited to explore it more, and develop my intuitive, for want of a better word, abilities more, and to tune in to spirit more, for sure.
Awesome. Could you share with the audience a specific example, if you can remember offhand, a specific example where you just received this insight and you were like, wow, that's pretty amazing. And I know I'm on the right path. I know I'm doing this right. Because I can say for myself that I know recently I continue to get more and more insights when it comes to health and the collective consciousness beliefs about health. And I'm always amazed at how many more layers have to come off in order for us to really embrace our true health of who we are. And to me, that's fascinating, to learn more and to just continue to become. And actually just recently, I can share this vision because I am becoming a full-time, I always say RVer. Going off the grid, doing solar, doing all of that, and traveling. And one of the insights that I received is it was almost as if I were a tree. I was a part of, you know, nature. This was like my journey. This is the next stage in my journey is to become more connected to nature, to really go deep and dive deep into it. And I also began to breathe the same breath as the earth. Now it's hard to explain, but this is just like a download that came to me, and I'm feeling like the earth breathing, and I'm feeling myself breathe at the same time. And then I also see myself as a tree, and and I just knew, there were no words, or you just know that this is the next stage. This is what I need to do. I need to dive more deep into that innate connection that we all have to nature and to source. So I'm pretty excited about that next venture in my life. Tonita, do you have any similar experiences or some insights that you would like to share with the crowd for yourself?
I think, yeah, in terms of when, the mind is quieter, then I've been having a lot of downloads recently about going to certain places. And I
Mhm.
always tend to know when I've received that because it will stop me in my tracks, and I'll start to question it straight away because it will seem out of what I've been planning to do. So yeah, I keep getting downloads guiding me to different places, and I guess one of them quite recently was in connection with health as well, and a long-standing health issue that I'd had. And I've been to this particular health shop countless times before, but yeah, on this occasion, I went along and had a conversation with the homeopath, and yeah, started treatment with her, and the issue just disappeared. It kind of solved itself within yeah, just literally a couple of days. And something that I could have done before, but I think my mind was far too busy and blocking me from receiving the answer. But yeah, when I did relax, when I did allow, and when I did receive the guidance, I followed it, even though I questioned it initially. And yeah, incredible to see the impact of that. Mind blowing.
Yes, it is when you let go and you surrender and to source, which knows, the route of least resistance for you to take.
Mm.
And, something that you said you've had for a long time dissipated within, a couple of days because you did trust enough to follow that instinct. So that's very powerful. Thank you for
Yeah,
sharing
incredible.
that. I also want to let the crowd know that Tonita has started a new business, Spark, which I'm very proud of her for doing. It has been a journey, as it is for all of us, to let go and become who we were meant to become. Tonita, could you share with us this journey into starting your own business?
Yeah, I've been having rumblings inside for quite some time. Actually, I've known for about probably 10 years or so that I wanted to do something, but the clarity on it hadn't manifested for a while. But yeah, it's been born, and it's called Spark. And the name, I guess, was inspired by the fact that I had lost my inner spark on many, many occasions. So from living a very fast-paced, mind-led lifestyle over the course of 20 years. There were huge impacts on my health, emotionally, physically, and mentally. And yeah, on a number of occasions, I did lose my inner spark, and it's born of that, I guess, in the sense that we all have an inner spark, and through life experiences, our belief systems can cover up that inner spark. But I just wanted to really inspire and empower people to recognize that with the right treatment and mindset and support, that inner spark can be either ignited or reignited, and to restore a positive sense of well-being and to create lasting transformation in your life.
Wow, powerful. Can you share with my audience what is it that you offer at Spark?
So we offer individual Reiki sessions, either in person. So I'm based in Sydney Central Business District in Australia, but the beauty of Reiki energy healing is that you can receive it wherever you are in the world. So distant Reiki sessions are also offered from the comfort of wherever you are. For those who really want to take control of their own health and well-being, I teach Reiki as well, so offer level 1, level 2 and master courses. Those are actually in person, so you can learn how to self-heal, and then if you wish, then share Reiki with others, either opening your own practice and then going on to teach Reiki. In addition to that, Spark Corporate, so businesses who are really looking to invest in the health and well-being of their workforce, I think more than ever, particularly in this climate, is something that's really important. So offering half and full day Reiki sessions to businesses who would like to explore that further as well.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So Spark is in Sydney, Australia. It is offering Reiki and showing people how to self-heal. They can get it done through distance, correct? So they don't have to be in Sydney. So that's very powerful. And how do they find out? How do they sign up for this information?
The website is out, so www.sparque, it's got an unusual spelling, so sparque.com.au. All the information is on there. If you feel free to, you can contact me by phone or by email from the information that's provided there on the website. And I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. I think particularly about distant Reiki as well. There normally tends to be a lot of questions about that in terms of how Reiki or any energy modality can work at a distance. And particularly with a couple of recent clients that I've had who are in the UK. They had many questions about how can that work with 10,500 miles between you and I. And I think it's something that has to be experienced. And, a couple of the testimonials on the website will vouch for the fact that Reiki does work by distance. And it's powerful whether you're right next to me or whether you are right over the other side of the world. It's extremely powerful and quite remarkable actually in terms of what it can do.
Beautiful. And I could definitely attest to the powerful energy that radiates from Tonita. She is definitely a powerful energy healer. Please check her out on her website at www.sparque, SPARQE.au. Okay. Tonita, I'm not quite done with you yet. I wanted you to share with our audience some energy healing. I want you to imagine the audience there listening to you. Now you can guide them however you would like to guide them, whether you want them to close their eyes or however you want to do them. And just give them a quick, a couple minutes of your healing energy. Okay?
So, wherever you are, I would like you to make yourself nice and comfortable. Closing your eyes and take 3 deep breaths. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and releasing out. And the final one, breathing in and letting go, fully grounding into your body. And I'd like you to visualize a moment in time. A moment in time when you felt contented, when you felt at peace, and when you felt able to be in the present moment. And if no images come to mind, that's okay. Simply think of a place that you love to visit and imagine yourself being there right now. Make it a sensory experience. So what do you notice that is happening around you? What do you see? What do you hear and feel in this moment? And I now invite you to place both hands over your heart and notice a spark of light, your spark, right in the center. And see how the spark of light expands, filling your heart space. What do you notice about your light? Its color, its form. How does it move? See your light gradually expand and surround your entire body, growing stronger, brighter, and reaching further outside of yourself and completely filling the scene that you visualize. Notice the impact of your light on people or animals, if they're present, on your surroundings. And most importantly, the impact of the light in its expanded form on you, your light. Your spark is always there, ready and waiting to emerge. I'd like you to now take a deep breath in and releasing out and gently opening your eyes.
Thank you for that lovely sharing of energy, Tonita. And before we end, I would like for you to share with my audience what is one message that you would like the audience to know that maybe uplifts their soul, something that they can carry with them as this show ends.
So the final message to listeners today is, if you feel as though you've lost your inner spark completely, or if it's a little dusty and needs a polish, it's to remember that it's always there and it can be ignited or reignited, and you can become the best version of yourself. I lost my inner spark many times, and it took different approaches to get it back each time, but it did return, and so can yours. I think it's about finding the right path to healing for you. We're all individuals on different journeys, and so if what's been said today resonates and you'd like to find out more about Reiki in general, there's lots of information on my website about that and the services that I offer. But I just wish you the very best for whichever path to healing that you take.
Thank you. I love that. That is so beautiful. And for anyone who would like to seek coaching from I Am so that they can develop into whatever they desire, please visit our website at seekwithinyou.com and just click on scheduling a free consultation. And then we can talk about it. We can talk about how you can begin your journey as Tonita has begun hers. And now she is an owner of her awesome business at Sparqe.au, which you can also go to her website and learn how to unleash that inner spark. Learn to, yeah. Become with the spark of your life. I love it. There's two great ways for you guys to get the help that you need, seekwithinyou.com and spark.au. So thank you again for joining me for another episode of Embrace Your Spiritual Powers with I Am. And I hope to see you again next week. In peace and love. Namaste.